There's a kind of wisdom that doesn't speak in words. It doesn't come from books, scrolls, or screens. It rustles in the trees. It curls in the mist. It lands softly in your chest when you walk through wild places. Nature is not silent. She is always speaking. But her language is subtle and not always literal. To understand it, we have to remember how to listen to the wind, to weather, to the wilderness. Weather is often dismissed as background noise, just a condition to tolerate. But in many ancient and earth-based traditions, weather was alive. An expression of the land's mood, a reflection of spiritual dynamics, a sign of what was to come. A sudden burst of sunlight in the middle of stormy grief, that's not coincidence. That's reassurance, a softening, a reminder. Heavy rain that seems to echo your sadness, that's an invitation to release. Rain cleanses more than just the ground. It moves emotional weight. It washes things loose. Thunder and lightning, that's power, something stirring, the call to attention, to wake up, to take action. Weather, like emotion, moves through us, and when we pay attention, we begin to see that our inner climate is often engaged with the outer sky. Wind is perhaps the most ancient of messengers. Across cultures, it's been seen as a carrier of spirit, intention, and intuition. The Celts believed wind could carry omens. In many indigenous traditions, a sudden gust meant you were being spoken to. Have you ever had a thought or a deep question and felt the wind rise up in that exact moment? Or walked into a clearing and had the breeze wrap around you like a presence? That's not random. Wind moves energy. It stirs memory. It whispers truth in a language you can only hear with the body, and often it confirms something you already know deep down. Then there's the wild itself, the animals, the plants, the shifts in rhythm and movement, the sudden appearance of a deer, the way the crows call louder just before something changes, the moss growing on one side of the tree. Nature doesn't speak in words, she speaks in patterns, presence, relationship. The more presence you have with nature, the deeper the relationship, the better you're able to discern the patterns, to hear her messages. Not every moment is a message, but when something is trying to reach you, you can feel it in the air, in the light, in the way the wind moves. The storm is not always your sadness, but it can stir something in you that mirrors the grief you've been holding. And sometimes the sunlight arrives just when you're ready to see clearly. Nature has its own reasons, its own rhythms, its own vast intelligence that unfolds whether we're watching or not. But when you are paying attention, you can feel the tug when it comes. Hear the voiceless whisper that rings truth through your body like a struck bell. Your own body is wild too. It speaks in sensations, chills, gut feelings, goosebumps that pull toward or away. These are not proofs. They're invitations. They're the forest speaking through your bones. The more time you spend in wild places, the more fluent you become. Not because you're learning a new language, but because you're remembering one innate to the soul. Nature doesn't speak in full sentences. She speaks in nudges, rhythms, signs, in the bend of a branch, the stillness before a storm, the way the sun breaks through clouds at just the right moment. She is always teaching, not through explanation, but through reflection. When you pay attention to nature, you begin to notice more in yourself. So, the next time the wind rises, or the rain falls, or the animals stir in strange ways, pause, not to overanalyze, but to feel, to enter into relationship. Because when you begin to see nature as a teacher, not a backdrop, you begin to live in a more enchanted world, one where even the wind knows your name. So I ask you, when was the last time you listened with your whole body? I hope you found this video to be helpful and welcome your engagement. Of course, feel free to like, share, and subscribe for more content, as it really helps this channel grow and brings this content to more people. And now, I leave you with this prayer. May every path through wildness lead you deeper into presence. Until next time, be well, everyone.